Hey guys, it's Jake here with eTrailer. Today we're going to walk you through and give you some helpful tips and tricks on how to dump your gray and your black water tanks on your camper or your RV. The first thing you need to do is you need to get familiar with the actual board inside of your camper that shows the levels of your tanks. Usually we recommend emptying your black and gray water tanks when they're between 2/3 and 3/4 the way full. That's just so that you don't ever have any backup in your toilet for your black water and you don't have any backup in your shower from your gray water. So just to show you what this setup should look like, you're gonna need a vapor lock connected to your actual sewer connection at your campsite. We like to use clear 90 so that we can see what's going on. You may not want to see what's going on, but it is good to know when you are finished. Then you need to connect it to a pipe. Your sewer hose is gonna vary in length, however long you might need for whatever campsite you're at, but it's always good to have more than enough. I always carry about 50 foot of hose in my camper at all times just to be sure. Usually campsites will have a dump station, but it's good to have enough hose to be able to empty your tanks. And then we come up to the fitting up here, and again, you'll see it's another clear 45 with a separate valve and a washout. But what you need to do is you just open up your tank caps and then use the bayonet and twist it on. One of the big questions we get a lot is, should you wear gloves or shouldn't you wear gloves? It can kind of go both ways, and it really is just personal preference. About a year ago, I did not have this clear 90 on the end, which is why another reason why it's so important. And I was wearing gloves when I was dumping my tanks. I didn't have this clear 90 and I didn't have a vapor lock. So I just had the end of my hose sticking in the sewer pipe. Well, when I went to check it, I was holding the lid open like this, and I went to check it and I pulled it up and my glove filled with material water. And since that day, I just have gone with the method of when I'm dumping my tanks, that's all I'm doing. And after I'm finished dumping them, I just make sure I wash my hands. So it really is up to you whether you want to use gloves or not. Now, when you go to actually dump your tanks, you always want to dump your black tank first. And how you do that is you just pull the valve, and then you can start seeing it come down. Then you can pull your other valve if you have to, and you'll see it start to empty. The reason why you want to dump your black tank first is because your gray tank is going to be cleaner water than what's in your black tank. Your black tank comes from everything that goes down the toilet. So, and your gray tank is everything from your sinks and your shower. So the gray tank should just be, you know, it might be a little food particles, stuff like that, and then dirty shower water. But for the most part, it's just gonna be dirty, soapy water. So you dump your black tank until it's empty, but you can see it start slowing down. That's why it's so nice to have these clear elbows, because you can see when it's starting to slow down. And then once it gets to a trickle, then we'll shut the black off and turn the gray on. So we see it's at a trickle, shut that tank, and we can open the gray water. And now you see your gray water is gonna be mostly clear. What this is gonna do is it's gonna rinse your pipes out so that it gets some of the residue from the black tank that was just ran through the pipe down into the sewer system. And once your gray water's finished emptying, it's always a good idea to run some fresh, clean water through your hose, your sewer hose, so that it's nice and clean before you put it away. That's when a Y fitting is going to come in handy. It just makes it so you don't have to disconnect your city connection just to run some fresh water through your sewer hose. So we just turn it on, and then with this nice valve we have here, we can just run some clean water through the pipe. Once we've done that, wait for it to finish draining. Then we can disconnect our Y here, and it'll lift up because there's still going to be stuff in there. It doesn't drain perfect. These little bridges are also really nice. They help to make a nice even slope. to direct the water to the sewer connection. And all you need to do is just lift up and then put your pipe in storage. And lastly, the one question we get a lot is, why when I dump my black and gray water tanks, is there not a whole lot of stuff that comes out? Well, usually that's because you checked your sensor and it says that it's full, but it's because your sensor may just be clogged up. If you have any issues with that, you can check out our video on how to clean your black and gray water tanks, and that should solve your issue and get you back up and running. Other than that, that's all we have for you on how to empty your black and gray water tanks. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.